Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ricky C. Williams podcast, the number one anger management podcast in the world. Thanks to each and every one of you that come back to listen, learn, and grow. Now, this episode is about two recent and alarming cases: the arrest of a Denver man following a report of domestic abuse, and the charging of a Bowling Green man who allegedly strangled a woman. So don't skip this one as we explore the details of these cases, the broader implications of our society, and what we can do to combat domestic abuse. Let's get started. You're listening to the Ricky C. Williams podcast, where we delve deep into the complex world of anger. And in each episode, we explore what triggers it, how it affects our lives, and most importantly, how we can manage it. On Thursday, July 11, 2024, a troubling incident occurred in Bowling Green. A man has been charged with domestic abuse following a harrowing altercation in an apartment of 8th Street. The details are unsettling and underscore the urgent need to address domestic violence in our communities. Christopher Braden, 32, is at the center of this incident. He was arrested and taken to Wood County Jail after reportedly strangling a woman in an apartment in the 800 block of 8th Street. The incident came to light when a neighbor, alarmed by the sound of a woman yelling for help, called Bowling Green police at around 7:40 p.m. When the police arrived, the neighbor directed them to the source of the distressful cries. Inside the apartment, officers found a scene of chaos. According to the police report, the woman involved was initially too scared to speak to the officers. So let's stop right there. The woman was too afraid to speak to the officers. Let's understand the mindset of a person that is too scared to speak. So this was not the first time something happened. This has been going on for a while. If you're too afraid to talk to someone for help, this woman has been threatened multiple times. Now, the officers noted visible strangulation marks around her neck, household items scattered in disarray, and broken glass littering the floor, a stark indication of violence that's transpired. As the investigation unfolded, another officer located Brandon on South Main Street and pulled him over. So you harmed someone and then you left. Allegedly. We have to use that allegedly because he hasn't been found guilty as of yet. But he was promptly taken into custody, and in an important procedural step, the booking officer at the jail was instructed to contact the alleged victim prior to Brandon's release, ensuring her safety and addressing the ongoing threat. This incident serves as a grim reminder of the reality of domestic abuse and the terror it brings into the lives of the victim. It highlights the importance of vigilance and the critical role that bystanders play in reporting such incidences. Now, let's keep in mind that you have to be super brave to inject yourself, which we all should do because we all must help people, especially those who can't help themselves. I applaud the neighbor who decided to help this young lady because it could have gotten worse. I applaud the police officers that stepped in. As much as we talk negatively about police officers, these are the same people who leave their homes every day and will protect a stranger. A lot of times when you see on television, we know these people. We don't. They're coming in blindfolded, basically, but they're coming to help. These are true heroes. So thank you to the police officers and thank you to the bystander who helped out this young lady. So as we go on to the next case, we have to give the flowers to these men and women that take their lives every day to help us. They put themselves in danger to help us. So let's give police officers who wear the badge with honor. Let's give them grace and praise, and sometimes just tell them thank you. It takes a strong person to say, I'm going to leave my family and I may not come back to help someone else out that I may never know, may never see again. So as we're moving on, we're going to Denver, Colorado, and In this press release, the Fort Morgan chief of police, Lawrence Sharp, reported that an arrest of a Denver man following a domestic violence incident on Thursday, the officer responded to a call from a Dollar Tree at around 12:19 where a witness reported that a man was threatening to kill a woman if she didn't get back in the car. The suspect driving a black vehicle fled towards Barlow Road before officers arrived. Upon arrival, officers spotted the black car matching the description, but chose not to pursue it immediately due to the uncertainty of its involvement and the risk of a high speed chase. Instead, they gathered information from the woman involved, who revealed she had been forcefully detained and assaulted over 3 days by a man she did not know well. Using the details she provided, officers identified the suspect as the 37-year-old Brett Gambino. Now, we must pause this as well and think about it. You don't know this man. You don't know him. You are getting into arguments or however, but this is someone that you don't know. We have to be more vigilant into finding out who a person is. And again, I will always say you will never know a tree just by looking at a tree. You only can identify a tree by a fruit that it bears. Take your time. It takes time to grow apples. I have an apple tree in my backyard, and it takes time. I know it's an apple tree because it produces apples. In order for you to understand a person, it's going to take time. If you have a car, drive your own car. If you're going to meet in public. I'm saying this because I have a daughter, and I'm also saying this because I have a son, because abuse goes both ways. In this story that we're talking about, it's about a man who threatened to kill a woman, which I know it's scary to hear someone say, I'm going to kill you. So I'm glad that she had the wherewithal and the mindset to talk to the cops. So as a BOLO, which stands for Be on the Lookout, alert was issued, a citizen reported seeing a vehicle headed south on Highway 52. The vehicle was later spotted on North Main Street and pursued onto I-76 eastbound. The chase, involving multiple law enforcement agencies, concluded near Sterling after stops were used to puncture the car tires. Gambino attempted to flee on foot, but was quickly apprehended. So, as we can tell, this was not his first run in with the law. If you're running from the laws and threatening women, getting out and running, I am glad that he got apprehended. So now, Mr. Gambino, a resident of Denver, now faces multiple charges, including second-degree kidnapping, eluding, obstructing a police officer, driving under restraint, and domestic violence. Additionally, he was wanted for a previous incident on June 17th involving burglary and possession of stolen property, which led to an outstanding warrant for his arrest. Chief Sharp emphasized the importance of teamwork and community cooperation, highlighting the critical roles for regional law enforcement partners and vigilant citizens in ensuring a swift resolution. Here's what I have to say to that. What I have to say is, how did he get out on burglary and possession of stolen property? At some point in time, we have to look at certain situations and like, is someone home or property, and you have stolen property? That's something about a person's mindset. Now, everyone who gets arrested could be innocent. I know several times people, and I had to go to court, took my anger management class and, had a conversation afterwards. But, if you're from the police, if you got caught with stolen goods, and this was June 17th that this happened, that was less than a month. So, ladies and gentlemen, in both cases, whether it's strangulation, whether it's a person's threatening you, please take your time to get to know someone. I promise you, I'm speaking from personal experience that everything that glitters isn't gold. He can be the most handsome person in the world. She could be the most beautiful person in the world, and everyone is just vibing on 1,000. But still take your time, because some of the most poisonous snakes are very beautiful if you look at them. So take your time, understand that you only have one life, and in an instant, it can be over. What if that woman got into the car? What if that man hurt that woman? What if this woman who got strangled, the man just didn't stop? We have to vet ourselves first because we need to look at how we attracting these people. I had to take a deep dive myself because I was attracting the same woman in a different skin. And I'm okay with saying that now. So thank you for giving me your time, whether you're walking in a car, at the gym, cooking, or whatever you're up to. I want to say thank you for joining me in this intense episode. Stories like that remind us that the real and urgent need for reform in our communities. If you or someone you know is excuse, please reach out to rickycwilliams.com/blog, and it will be at the end of the show notes. There'll be a link where you can have a private call to get the help you need. It is okay to get help. It is okay to talk to someone. And if you need someone to talk to, if you need to shoot an email, I will respond at info@rickycwilliams.com. I'm here to help. I'm here to inform you about what's going on in this world because it may be going on to you or someone you know that we need. So until the next time, I'm Ricky C. Williams, urging you to stay informed and stay engaged. Now, GBG, go be great.